-2/1.
So tell me what's the first thing you did?
I saw that I looked for like two dots.
Very good.
Not two dots, like where it meets like exact point.
Okay, so the first thing Kyle did was pick 2 points. Or coordinates, very good. And then?
And then I went down 2, and since I'm going down, it's negative. And then I went 1 to the right.
Excellent.
And then going right is positive.
Excellent.
Oh, you can just do that.
Yes. What is the other way that you could do this? So Kyle did it by first pick 2 points and then count how many times did you move down and then to the right to get to your second point. What is the other way you could do?
You could pick 2 points anyway and do the x, y, y2 minus y2.
So give me the right order of that. So you could use the slope formula, that's what he's talking about. So go ahead and give me the right, how does that formula work?
It's y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1.
Correct. So either way should give you the same answer, right? Because the slope of the line.
I got 2 over -1. Is that the same?
Let me ask you a question. 2 divided by -1 will give you what as a total?
-2.
And -2 divided by 1 will give you what as a total?
-2.
So is it the same?
Right. You can calculate.
Okay, number 2, somebody else? This side? Okay. This thing?
Okay, so -3 minus -4.
So what are you doing?
Y2 minus y1 next to
Okay, thank you. So -3 minus what?
minus -4.
Okay.
And then, and under it would be -6 minus 8.
-6 minus 8.
So then it would be -7 over -14. Since -3 minus -4 is -7.
You want to try that again?
Yeah.
Let her try it. Don't give her the answer.
Oh, -1. Oh, I mean part of the 1.
Over.
Over -14.
-14. Very good. Thank you. Excellent. Christine? It's okay. It's okay. That's how we learn. It's okay to make a mistake. It's better that you participate and recognize than just sit there. First problem. Somebody could read it and then point out what are the 2 things that should stand out. Somebody new. I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Etheria. Just read the statement of the assignment.
Write an equation and slope-intercept form of the line that has a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 6. To write an equation, you need 2 things.
Thank you. What are those 2 things that we need again?
To-
Kyle?
Like 2 things that are mentioned.
No, 2 things that we need in general to write an equation and the slope-intercept form.
B and M.
Which stands for?
M is slope and B is y-intercept.
Okay, thank you. Stephanie, what do they give us on this problem?
They give us the y-intercept and the slope.
Excellent. So, if they give me something, right, if they give me a value, and I have a variable that equals to that value, what do I do? Okay, so I hear that. What, Catherine? Plug it in. Do we remember that? So if I say x equals 5 and I have a problem, can I replace x with 5?
Yeah.
So what can I replace on my equation?
The m and the b.
M and the b. Excellent. So go ahead.
We're gonna be doing like different, like if the 5 different things, or is that just like, oh,
So this is the first one. Easy, just plug it in and then find this out. So again, you write your example on the right, and on the left side you put some high-level thinking. You include something that explains what is that on the right. You have this little example on the right. Explain on the left what you just did. What does that mean? So when you have to do independent work, you could just go back to your notes. But when you have homework, you could just go back to your notes.
Is it last?
Cross multiply when there is an equation in between. There's no equation in between, you don't cross multiply. If it's next to each other, you just multiply directly.
Are you sure you like turn the decimal or not?
If it's a perfect decimal, sure, why not? Let's do this one together, okay? You don't need to write it, let's do it together, you already have an example. Math. It says write the equation of a line that has a y-intercept of -3 and a slope of -4. What two things do they give us?
They give us B,
Which is what?
the y-intercept,
Which is equal to what?
-3,
And what else do they give us?
the slope,
Which is equal to what?
and that's -4.
Okay, so which two choices did I eliminate right away? Because it might have been placed in the wrong place.
C,
C, because the slope is not -3, very good.
D,
-4, why are you eliminating D?
because it has a plus,
Excellent, I'm gonna come back to that one.
and then you can also eliminate, A,
Why?
because the 3 is in the wrong place, that's supposed to be.
Very good. Okay. Can somebody else explain the difference between B and D and why D is not the answer? Sydney.
Because on D it says +3, but it is actually negative. So you have to subtract it.
Very good. Do we see that?
Oh, yeah.
Any
If you
questions
add a
on that?
negative, it's just like subtracting.
I'm sorry?
If you add a negative, like y equals -4x plus -3, it just means -3. So
Correct.
it changes to
Exactly, because a plus times a negative equals a negative. Very good. Christina?
So if it was a positive number, it would still be minus, it would be plus.
So the formula, the original formula is what? Plus B, right? So when you plug in a plus and a plus, it's still plus, right?
But if you put in a minus, it's still minus, isn't it?
Yeah, like you said before. Yeah. Alright, so what you're gonna do right now, on your own, and I'm gonna walk around and see if you get it, you're going to identify. So literally just pick and tell me what is the M here, what is the slope, and what is this y-intercept here. What is the slope? I'm sorry? And what is the y-intercept? Slope and y-intercept. Go ahead and do that now. So those three problems, figure out the slope and the y-intercept. No, honey, that- right. I dropped it, so. Let's write the problem, so I know what those random numbers are. Deborah, start with the first one. Tell us what the first one will be. What is our slope and what is our y-intercept? Does anyone have the little measure?
Yeah.
Thank you. Deborah. What is the slope on y equals 3x minus 7?
Slope is 3, y-intercept is -7.
Y-intercept and negative 7. Very good. Who could figure out the next two?
M is 2/3, and B does not have any.
So what do I put?
0 with a cross. No, not a, no.
Why can't we put just 0?
Because
Because there is a
if it's plus B, like if you go to 3x plus 0, it's not gonna change the equation to 0.
Okay, so,
But isn't it?
but based on the problem that,
Wouldn't it be two?
for the y-intercept, no, he's correct. This is the slope, this is the y-intercept. Why do you think it's 2? You thought this is the y-intercept?
That was y,
Okay.
that would be y.
Understood. Okay, where do you notice that we always find the slope? Where is the slope in this form always found? So if I wrote it like this, the same problem. What if I wrote this problem like this?
I know.
No, so that's what I'm asking you. Okay, Catherine, and then Mara. Which variable? Is that like behind, in front, under, where? So the slope is always located where? In front of the x. Notice how the slope is always going to be located in front of the x. So if you have an x, you have a slope. Right? So what if I have this? What is my slope?
One.
It's one.
1.
Criteria?
It's one.
Why?
Because it's invisible, like, but it's always there.
It's just,
Very good. If
So
there's
it'd
no
be
number,
zero.
we always assume there's a 1. If there's nothing at all, then it's a
Zero.
0.
so if it's like,
Nothing at all.
so if it's like a 0, like if you're multiplying, then it'd be like a 1, and if you're adding and subtracting, it'd be 0. So like if you're trying to find B and there's nothing there, it'd always be 0.
Exactly. If
If
there's
you're trying to
nothing
find
there at all.
M, it's always 1.
No. If there's nothing at all, it's 0. If there's something like the x, it's a 1. There's an x. But if there's no x at all, then there's 0 for slope.
Yeah, but like if you ever saw that, it'd always be 1.
Yes, correct. Was it? Now, the last one. Somebody else. Lucian, give it a try.
4 n equals 5.
So what did I just say about slope?
Oh,
What do you remember about what we just said about slope?
that's slope.
Where is it always located? Did we say anything about that? Okay, we're gonna be respectful, we're not gonna laugh at each other. Okay? Thank you, Lucian. Okay, who could help Lucian? Christopher. 0 slope, we learned that last class. How does the line look for a 0 slope because of horizontal?
Just go like
So
that.
there's no other dot.
over 0.
It never goes up. 1, very good. You could do 0 over 1, and move 1 always to the side, but it's never gonna go up. Okay? Good job. Wait, let's do one more problem, okay, before we move on to the practice. Okay? So on your notes, real quickly, let's do it together and then I'll let you copy it.
Alright,
What if they give you a graph and you have to write an equation? Let's try it.
alright, so first, just to like, alright, just like to clear everything up, we put y equals nx plus b.
Okay.
Alright, now, first, on the y, you have b, and it's 4.
Excellent.
So,
Because, why?
because if that's where it crosses the y.
Excellent.
And then find 2 coordinates. Let's do 4 and 2. No, what? Alright, you can do those. What?
It's
Pick whichever one you want.
2.
I was gonna do 4. The one right there. The one above. Yeah, there. And then, yeah.
Kyle, Justin speaking, so let me speak. Good morning, Colin. Yes. Yes.
That's 4, 2.
Right?
That's 4, 2. So, you're,
So 1, 2. Kyle, Justin, do this with me again. From this point to this point, because we always go from left to right. So how many times did you go down?
2. And then to the right, 4. So it'd be 2 4s slope.
It's in a negative because it's going
Yeah,
down?
yeah.
Can you simplify that?
Negative 1, 2.
And we have an equation.